Time out with him. Oh.
Open up your mind and let me in. Open up your mind and let me in. Open up your mind and let me in.
Hello, welcome to Time Out with Tim O. I'm your host, Tim Owens, as always. Very grateful and excited and happy to be here today. Well, we have a lot to get to. I'm going to jump around the barn, as they say, quite a few topics. I'm going to talk about Chicago Mayor's Brandon Johnson and what he's really up to, why he's so adamant about protecting these illegal immigrants. But however, before I get thrown in the fire, per se, let me break some of this stuff down. So, kind of bear with me today. Been a little bit under the weather this past week, but I'm getting there. So I've been having private conversations with people. We've been talking about the CBP application. A lot of people don't know what that is. That was the application a lot of illegal immigrants were able to use, migrants seeking asylum. So let me break down what that is and how it's been shut down, and we'll start from there. All right, give me a second to get to that information, and then we'll dive into that. All right, so the CBP1 mobile application. Now, this was an application, says effective January 20th, 2025, the functionalities of the CBP1 that previously allowed undocumented aliens to submit advanced information and schedule appointments at 8 Southwest border ports of entry is no longer available, and existing appointments have been canceled. So the CBP1 is a mobile application that grants you access to a variety of services provided by U.S. Customs and Border Protection. This includes check border wait times, apply for a provisional I-94 entry, request an inspection of agricultural or biological products, submit a traveler's manifest for bus operations. So basically, people were able to use this application to schedule a time to enter the United States. That's right. And from what the Biden administration were allowing to happen, where people were coming in not being properly vetted. That's why the app was shut down. Now, there's a lot of rumors going around and circulating about what's true and what's not and everything. And let me just get this clear and put this out there. Just because you agree with some of the things that's going on with the current administration doesn't necessarily make you a Donald Trump supporter. By no means that automatically say you voted for Donald Trump or nothing like that. But it's about who's doing the right thing and what is actually accurate. Now, as you guys know, they've been rounding up thousands of legal immigrants a day who've came to this country unverified, properly vetted. The recent numbers have said it's been around 11 million that we know about. So if it's 11 million that we know about, then that means that's probably a lot higher number than that. Now, everyone's not on ICE's watch list, but one of the big reasons why I'm talking about this today is because there's been a lot of misinformation spread about in the African American community. Number one, there's a lot of conversations that are being had with people who just won't take the time to look at the facts. So instead of me being harassed and asked a gazillion questions one by one, let me try to put some information out there. So I actually had an interesting conversation with a gentleman from the Dominican Republic the other day, a guy named Fernando, who I talked to. He explained to me that he was a business owner, been in the United States for the last 8 years, and how this recent migrant crisis has affected his personal business. Now, he was a business owner. He had a successful restaurant along with a barbershop. And he explained to me that he was making around $12,000 a month in his barbershop. He also had a very successful restaurant in the Latin community that he had to close down due to the influx of immigrants who came to this country illegally. And I said, do you mind breaking that down for me a little bit? Well, he said, well, a few things happened. By the number of people that came here that were cutting hair and came into doing the same work that he said he was able to charge a premium price for his services, which included a haircut, shave, facial, the whole deal, get a complete package there. And you pay anywhere from $60 to $75. He had a successful clientele. A lot of people came to see him for his services. But he said when a lot of people came from Venezuela, Colombia, other places, they were charging $10 for a haircut, $15, $20 on a high end. So it completely destroyed his business. So not only did I discover that a lot of people in the Latin community are glad that these mass deportations of criminals and people who are here illegally are taking place, that it has single-handedly destroyed the economy in the Latin community. See, the media is not even talking about this because I guess they're not taking the time to get in the community and speak to people from the Latin community to understand these things that are going on. So this is some inside information that I received. So he says, nothing against anyone who came here the correct way, who are here not causing problems, but the influx of 11 million plus people here, they are undercutting the hardworking immigrants who are here, who have built successful businesses, because they don't quite understand the way the American economy works, how inflation has taken over the United States, how you have to work hard to pay for the things that you have, and there's a certain amount of income that you have to make. So he explained that coming from a third world country where you don't have the luxury that you have in the United States, if someone gives you $10, $20, maybe $15, if your housing is being paid for and provided by the government, you don't care about the other people who have to work twice as hard to maintain a place to live in this country. So if you had a grocery store, you were selling oranges, apples, or whatever household goods people need, you have to charge a certain amount in order to stay in business. But these same people are taking these same products and selling them for under half the price of what you would normally pay. So a lot of people are extremely happy about this that's been taking place. Like I said, it's not about singling out anyone or picking on people who are here legally. It's people that are here illegally and that are causing problems. And some of you guys have not taken the time to research and understand that if the information was not true about thousands of criminals, potentially millions of criminals coming over here, then how are the ICE agents able to remove thousands of criminals a day from the United States if it's not true? Just think about that for a second. I think what's going on here, people have such a dislike of President Trump that they're not looking at the facts. It doesn't matter if Kamala Harris had became president. If she would have stated the same facts about illegals coming here that with criminal records, and she gave ICE permission to remove these people, would it make a difference on who said it? We have to get past that you don't like the Trump administration and what's right for this country, and also looking at the facts are facts. I mean, it's right in front of you. The things that are taking place, I mean, it's true. So with that being said, let's jump over to Chicago really quick. Big problem there. I'm from Illinois, born and raised there, have a lot of friends and family there, and they were explaining to me some of the things that were happening around the city, how the migrants have affected the Chicago economy. And the mayor, Brandon Johnson, he's just been subpoenaed to testify before Congress on his inability to abide by federal law. Let's cut to this clip here of some of the people from the community speaking to him at the town hall, city council meeting. I'm sorry.
You so strong about protecting those aliens, but you won't do nothing for the U.S. citizens.
You are going down in history as the worst mayor in America.
Our mayor is embarrassing us, y'all, around the world. And you all took the power back from him to say the city of Chicago is out of the business of funding illegals. We are out of the business of prioritizing non-American citizens on top of the American citizens who go out in this cold weather every day to make money to pay their taxes.
As you can see, a lot of the people in the city of Chicago are not very happy with the mayor. I highly doubt if he'll get reelected behind this unless something seriously changes. Now, like I said, speaking about these things doesn't mean that I'm a Donald Trump supporter or that I even voted for Donald Trump. But however, I look at the change that's happening in America, some for the good, some for the, it's not so good. However, some people stand on both sides of the fence anyhow. But let's continue to research for ourselves. Try to get information that we need to get out to the masses. And also, don't just jump to conclusions or take a person's word on the internet. Just see for yourself. My goal is always to start the conversation, kind of make you think a little bit outside the box, and to really don't let people tell you what to think. So as always, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. As always, happy people do not cause problems. Peace.
If everybody winning, who's losing? Man, who's losing? I'm trying to make it make sense. It's like it's so confusing. I see the pain in your eyes from all the lonely nights. I swear I know how I feel. It just don't feel right.